Hulk Hogan has been in the headlines for what seems like weeks, and it's all because of his health problems or reported health problems. Because despite some of those wild rumors about his current health situation, the WWE icon's wife says the Hulkster is A-OK and is on the path to recovery from recent spinal surgery. Late last month, the former WWE champion, well, he got a lot of buzz, and it's because of his old-time pal, Bubba the Love Sponge. Oh, yes, Bubba. He was back in the headlines because he spread some worrisome rumors about the multiple-time former WWE champion. He claimed that sources at a Florida hospital had told him that the wrestling legend was in grave condition following surgery on his spine, and that relatives were being called in to say their goodbyes for the final time to the Hulkster. Another former friend and WWE Hall of Famer, Eric Bischoff, came out and debunked that claim and said the anesthesia from this surgery and the medication he was given just kind of combined and setting back a little bit. But no, prognosis is good, Bischoff said. However, despite the positive update, Hulk Hogan has not been seen in public or on social media since the original reports. This has led to many to wonder if instead of being in a grave condition, he might have suffered brain damage from the whole ordeal. Well, recently his wife, Sky, tried to further quiet the speculation about her husband's current health. She said, no, he's definitely not in a coma, she said in response, which she posted to an Instagram story. His heart is strong, and there was never any lack of oxygen or brain damage. None of those rumors are true. He's been recovering from major 4-level, and I won't even pronounce these words, but it's ACDF, which is an intense surgery with a long and layered healing process. If you look it up, you'll see the last 6 weeks have been involved. Not just for his spine, but also for his vocal cords and his eating and breathing tubes that are clamped over during surgery. We've been in and out of the hospital to support that recovery, so truly there's no need for the drama or the panic some people try to stir up. He's healing, and we're taking it one day at a time to love, strength, and patience. Interesting. Now, Hulk Hogan and surgeries, man, they just kind of go together like peanut butter and jelly. This dude has had more surgeries than I can even think of. Back surgeries, knee surgeries, hip surgeries, you name it, right? Like, Hulk Hogan has been and will be the biggest name in the history of the wrestling business. From a popularity standpoint, from a legacy standpoint, to the impactful movement of the Hulkster. Everything this guy has ever done in the wrestling business has been in a big way. His longevity in the wrestling business, he's a massive, massive name. There's no way of getting around that. But Hulk Hogan, he's controversial. He's very controversial. Whether it's because of his past racist comments, his actions, any of it. He's controversial. Let alone what he's done on screen inside of the ring. Now, a lot of people will say that you should want to be like Hulk Hogan. You should not try to be Terry Bollea. Terry Bollea obviously being the real man behind the persona. At the end of the day, if you look at what Hulk Hogan was able to do in the wrestling business, it's pretty impressive. Now, that's not to say that it was all because of his look, all because of his promo, and it was definitely not because of his wrestling skill, although he could go over in Japan. I think you have to take a lot of it as he had really good promos, he had an amazing look, and he knew how to politic. This guy knew what it took to be a big-time star in the wrestling business. That's why he stayed on top for as long as he did. That's why he stayed in the position that he did. That's why, because he made so much money and won all those titles and headlined all those shows. I mean, this guy knew what it took, and he wanted it, and he went out there and took it. And you can't knock him for that. You may not like him, but there's also a lot of people that still consider themselves Hulkamaniacs. That they're fans of Hulk Hogan. That no matter what the circumstance was, what Hulk Hogan did, what Hulk Hogan said, they are still fans of the Hulkster. Now, Hulk Hogan predated my time. I am an Attitude Era kid who was very, very young during the Attitude Era, grew up in the Ruthless Aggression era, and I was a Rock guy. And I will always remember what a massive ordeal Hulk Hogan coming back to WWE in 2002 was. I did not get to see Golden Era WWE. I did not get to see Golden Era Hulk Hogan. I got to see a little bit of WCW, but I wasn't a huge WCW fan. So I didn't get to see Hogan in the NWO. Now I got to see him in later years by going back and watching, and I can see the appeal. But as a kid, being the Rock's fan, seeing him go up against this mythical, legendary type figure in Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania 18, what should have been the true main event of that show, massive. It was a massive deal at the time. It was a massive deal looking back. And what is so incredible about that match is the fact that the match is one of the greatest matches in the history of the wrestling business. And it's because of two personas, two very, very charismatic characters, and that hot crowd that night. They carried the match. Absolutely crushed it. Hulk Hogan and The Rock knew all the little details, knew everything that they needed to get done. And they did just that. And it's truly incredible to see what they were able to do on that night. So, you may not like Hulk Hogan. You may like Hulk Hogan. Doesn't really matter. What matters is he was and will likely always be the biggest money drawing star in the history of the wrestling business. It's just fact. You may like it, you may not like it, but it's just reality. Let me know down in the comments area below. Are you a Hulk Hogan fan? Are you a Hulk Hogan, someone who doesn't like Hulk Hogan? Let's keep it PG. I'd be very interested in hearing what you have to say down in the comments there below. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe button, and comment down below for more wrestling content. Make sure to check out ringsideintel.com. I will see y'all in the next video.